In this example, I'm going to show you how to compute NPV, IRR, and MIRR using Excel's function. And this is a very simple and straightforward example. In this example, we have a project which requires 50,000 as an investment. And if you make that investment, the project will generate cash flow for the next 5 years. 15,000 first year, 15,000 second year, 20,000 third year, 10,000 fourth year, and 5,000 in fifth year. And we have made the assumption that the cost of capital for this project is 8% and reinvestment rate is also 8%. The reinvestment rate refers to the rate that you get if you reinvest the cash you get from this project. So here we are assuming that whatever cash this project generates can be reinvested at the same rate as the cost of capital. So given this information, how can we do this in Excel? So in Excel, this is pretty straightforward, and I have already plug in all the information here. Cost of capital is 8%, reinvestment rate is 8%. In my column A, I have year 0 to 5, and in column B, I have cash flows. So given this information, how do we compute NPV? So here, N, you start with equal sign, right? Then NPV, and see the formula here. After you put NPV and the parentheses, you see rate. That rate is the discount rate, and the discount rate is normally the cost of capital, comma, then all the values you want to discount. So you want to find the present value of all the future cash flows, right? So only the cash flow coming from year 1 to 5 you want to discount. Therefore, the numbers that goes into the NPV functions are only the numbers starting from period 1. So that's why we're going to start our number from period 1 to period 5. Why? Because NPV discounts all the numbers that you put inside the parentheses. So initial cash flow, so cash flow at period 0 does not need any discounting, so that's why we don't put inside the parentheses. So NPV and the rate and all the numbers that you want to discount gives us the present value of all the future cash flows, right? But the NPV for the project is the present value of all the cash flows. So to get the present value of all cash flows, all you have to do is you have to add the initial cash flow to the present value of future cash flows. If you do this and you get NPV, and if you want to show this in a formula, I'm going to show it here, formula text, right? So formula text gives you how you compute the NPV. So this is very straightforward. Now let's compute IRR. IRR is even simpler. So all you have to do is start with equal sign and write IRR and parenthesis. All you need is all the numbers that you want to compute the IRR for. So here this time your numbers start from the cash flow in year 0 to year 5. And one important thing most often students get confused is sometimes they don't put the initial cash flow negative. If you do that, you're gonna get error sign. So don't forget to make that initial cash flow negative and the remaining cash flow all positive, but they could be negative too. But at least one of the value has to be negative. So that's all you need to know in order to compute IRR. So the IRR for this project is 11 or 10.88%. So again, if you want to see the formula, I'm just dragging this right here and you can see the formula. So this is how you compute IRR. What about MIRR? So MIRR, again, we start with equal sign, right? MIRR and parenthesis. So this time you need all the values that you want to compute IRR for. So your cash flow starts from 0, period 0 to year 5. And here's a see here the argument you need. Finance rate, meaning at what rate are you borrowing money to invest in this project? That is the cost of capital, comma, and reinvestment rate, meaning at what rate can you reinvest all the cash you can generate from this investment. And we have assumed that is the same as the cost of capital, right? So therefore we're going to do this 8% and parenthesis close and enter, and you get the IRR equals to 9.42%. Again, if you want to see the formula right here, I drag this formula function and you can see how they are computed. So regarding interpretation, I have provided all interpretation in other videos, but briefly you have to understand that look at your NPV. If the NPV is positive, meaning more than 0, the project is profitable. And if you want to use IRR as a decision rule, then you compare your IRR with the cost of capital. For example, the IRR is 10.88%, the cost of capital is 8%. So IRR is more than cost of capital, this project is profitable. Similarly, if you want to make your decision based on MIRR, then you compare the MIRR with the cost of capital. Again, MIRR is 9.42%, cost of capital is 8%. So MIRR is more than cost of capital. That's why this project is profitable. So the straightforward conclusion for this project is profitable no matter what criteria you use. Thank you.